Well, today we're going to start up a 1924 Model T and show you how to start basically any Model T made between 1908 and 1927. The engine itself is very interesting. The distributor, which puts 6 volts electricity to the coil, is located at the bottom of the hub. The electricity, when it goes to fire, is sent to your 4 coils. They're wooden boxes, and 6 to 7 volts electricity is converted to 20,000 volts, which go to fire your spark plug. Your carburetor is a simple updraft carburetor, and your electric starter is on the other side of the car. The flywheel of the engine has a number of magnets in it which produce electricity just by spinning like a lawnmower. So if you're operating off magneto and not mag, that electricity goes up to the coil, which will fire the plug. Before starting the car, you have another lever, the handbrake. You want this pulled all the way back. This locks the transmission and puts the transmission in neutral. Therefore, the car will not roll forward, especially if you're hand cranking it, and run over you. So we have our throttle, fast and slow, our key, and our spark advance. Another knob to know is your choke. The choke is simply a mechanical lever. By pulling out, we can choke the engine. That is a rich fuel mixture. Now we'll turn the engine to battery, or the ignition to battery. Now we'll turn the ignition to battery and simply step on the starter with our hand on the throttle. And away she goes. Now we can adjust our throttle. It's a cold engine, and also adjust the spark advance to the best RPM so the engine runs smooth. We're now going to do a hand crank start, which is fascinating. You can either do it on battery or magneto as your power source. The most important thing to remember is to have the key off when you initially do this. So we're going to check the key. And the key is off. When the engine's cold, this is the only time you'll use your right hand to crank. The danger being is the engine rotates in this direction. So if it backfires, it's going to come this way. So you always use your left hand when you physically crank the engine with your thumb underneath. This way, as if the crank throws backwards, will knock your hand away. If you're cranking in this direction and backfires, it can break your arm. So always use your left hand for cranking. The only exception is when the engine's cold, you're going to use your right hand with the key off. This is the choke lever. What you can do when the engine's cold is push the crank in, pull out the choke lever, and prime the engine, getting fuel up and through the cylinders. Okay, now we're ready to start. We'll turn the key on, set the throttle and the choke. And it's very simple with the parking brake on. Put the lever in, thumb like this and go. And go off. The engine starts. Amazing. 1.5 crank at a turn. Let's do that again. All right, the key is on magneto, which means the car is going to produce its own electricity. Take the crank with the left hand, push it in so it engages. Then I usually stand over here to get myself from oomph and go. It's running!